guys, as you can tell from the title and my outfit, we're going for a matcha cafe hunt. I'm gonna try to look for the best matcha in KL or Selangor, from expensive to cheap, because I actually saw your mom Ashley, like an American YouTuber who did that in New York. So let's try if our Malaysian matcha is as good as it is. So yeah. This is 8 ringgit matcha latte at Barista Coffee and Tea at a very small shop which has several branches in Klang Valley. Cheers to the cheapest matcha in town. Okay, it used to be 6 ringgit for hot matcha latte and add on 1 ringgit for iced matcha latte, but now it went up to 8 ringgit. But you know, inflation, I forgive them, but let's try it. As you can tell, look at the color. Look at the color! It's not even foamy and a lot of milk. The ratio of the milk and the matcha is like a bit off. You can tell there are a lot of matcha and ice. It's very diluted. It kind of tastes like the pre-made kind of matcha. Okay, one time. You can taste a little bit of matcha, but like very mild. But after they increase the price, I don't think it's worth it anymore. I would rather pay 3 more ringgit just to get like nice matcha in Nicole. Yeah. Next one is around 11 ringgit for pure matcha ice at Pasa Sunny. This place is all about local businesses and we gotta support them. I got this 10 matcha. It's only 11. Okay, let's try. Very diluted, but I can taste the matcha powder. But you can tell like it's 11 ringgit, okay? But I feel very healthy. So we're at the next stop. Tokyo Street at Pavilion. This is what you guys recommended. It's a very small booth at the Tokyo Street. It's called Hiromacha. Let's go. Found it. Okay, so apparently they have a huge queue at the Hiromacha. So yeah, she was really nice. She gave me like hojicha ice cream to try out. Okay, I know I'm just here for a matcha drink, but she was like, oh, matcha ice cream is the best you ever tried. A lot of people like the matcha ice cream, so I'm like, say no more. Get me a matcha ice cream and matcha drink. Yeah, and apparently one of the boss or chef there is Japanese, so it makes it more promising. Yeah, I'm so excited to try it. It's not that expensive. The matcha ice cream for 2 is like 10 ringgit only. And for the matcha drink, I don't know how much, but yeah, it's quite cheap. This is premium and the bottom one is normal matcha. It's creamy but not diluted. You can taste the matcha powder, but fine. It's not like clumpy matcha powder. Okay, let's try the normal one. Oh, you can definitely tell normal matcha. Why would you even introduce normal matcha when the premium is so good? I can't move on now. It's so good. Definitely get the premium matcha ice cream. Okay, so I just take away this matcha. I'm gonna drink it in the car. Holy shit, is so good. And I actually asked for original sweet and then she was like, maybe you can get less sweet, because she knows that it's gonna taste really sweet for a frequent matcha drinker, because matcha drinkers and matcha lovers, they like something that is not that sweet. You know, like they like the umami and aftertaste of like the bitterness of the matcha, a bit like nutty and woody, that kind of thing. Oh, I love this. Because I chose this with the milk one because she said that this is our best seller, you have to try this. And I have to try it. Even though there's no foam or like the thickness is not as the Nicole, but I feel like the taste is still there. So it's like ratio, the milk and the matcha powder and sugar, it's just nice. Whereas the first one that we had at the pop-up event is a bit too diluted. This is nice. See? It's so good. Ready in Pasa Sunny, Nicole HQ, let's go. Ren.
Yishun District, Ren is the most powerful one.
So Adisai, Kiku, Ren. So we have 3 varieties of here. We got milk and non-milk. Look at the texture and consistency. It's so thick. Stir well before I drink. Love it. see that? You see that foam? I can't even do that at home. When I do it at home, it's like clumpy matcha powder altogether. But now, look at that. You can tell like they mix it with passion. And for like what, 40 ringgit? Not bad. Wow, look at that. So good. Because I'm worried that it's gonna be sweet, but it's not sweet. It's like it's got a matcha flavor inside. Good. Can I try this? Ren. So it's like that's what they recommended. I can taste the difference. I like this one more. See that foam right there? That's what we want, okay? I don't know why, because like this one, see at home, it's like very fresh. I don't know what it's like. Even I bought the Nicole powder and doing it at home, it's not the same. It's very diluted, I don't know how. Okay, you know I had to try Starbucks because this franchise is so accessible everywhere. They didn't use Japanese bamboo whisk to stir the matcha powder. They blend it with blender, very American. Okay, it's unfair because they blended it so it got like foam. But it's more milky than matcha. And it's giving franchise taste, you know what I mean? Okay, the next matcha that we're going to is actually quite a very interesting one because it sells like modern matcha. It's not just like matcha and milk. It's got matcha and soda. Okay, I'll show you. When two worlds collide, it kind of teach you how to drink for this one. So it's basically matcha and coffee together, very cool concept. This is like strawberry soda matcha, and this is, not sure what this is, I'll come back to you later. So these two worlds collide, this is matcha and coffee. So good. I'm more of a matcha fan than a coffee, but it just balances it well because it's coffee carbonated soda. I love it so much. It's like coffee and yuzu, so it's like citrus coffee. Not a fan because I'm not really a coffee fan. Okay, this is fancy. So you got flowers and rosemary. The way she's holding. I should mix this first, wait. Because if you don't mix this, it's like syrup and matcha. It's good. It's like digestive syrup matcha. Okay, next stop that we're going is, a lot of people suggested this place is called Matcha Roastery. Okay, so we just found, okay, no, not this one, not Citylink. Oh, it's actually a Kedai battery, but yeah, it's first floor, but they're sharing with Kedai battery, I think. Okay, this Chabashira Tea Roastery in PJ is quite famous. They have an award-winning ceremonial matcha because it has its own matcha powder, unlike other cafes who now use Nicole matcha powder. And so the staff recommended me to get this award-winning ceremonial matcha without any sugar so I can taste the real matcha leaves that's hand-picked somewhere in Japan. Okay, how does it taste like? Very pure nutty matcha flavor, but it's so little for 32 ringgit. I know it's a ceremonial matcha, but at that moment, I doubted myself if I was a real matcha fan because I'm into commercialized matcha latte rather than this ceremonial matcha without any sugar. I'm so sorry. I'm a fake fan. I'm a fake matcha fan. And their signature matcha parfait is just normal. The matcha ice cream is average. It's not as good as the Hero's matcha ice cream. Okay, so after trying so many famous matcha restaurants, which one is my favorite that I think you guys cannot miss when you come to KL is... Okay, I'm gonna judge based on the taste and the price. From cheap to medium to expensive, I feel like the best one for me is Hiromacha in Pavilion and also Nicole. Because if you take into consideration of the price and the taste is justified because they taste so good for less than 20 ringgit for a drink of matcha. I feel like you cannot compromise when it comes to matcha because if you pay less than 10 ringgit, you're gonna expect more milk and more ice and diluted matcha, which I don't really go for that. But if you're you're that kind of person who likes traditional matcha drink, you should go for Kabashira or Chashibara Tea Roastery because they have like ceremonial matcha, award-winning, not that sweet, but it's more of the matcha tea leaf taste. But if you're bored of the traditional matcha, you can also go for like a modern twist of the matcha drink like Ono because they have like soda, coffee and matcha in one drink. It's quite cool. But my type of matcha is always matcha latte with the basic one and thick matcha foam with oat milk and a little bit of ice. Perfect ratio. So yeah, I hope you can discover more of the matcha and let me know in the comments if you like it. And yeah, bye!